on that team, Lucas Kotler, lefty midfielder, also transferred to Denver. So we'll see a lot of those two players along with the usual suspects, Jack Hanna, Ethan Walker, and Alex Stathakis at the faceoff dot. Had so much success last year. And this year with the new face-off rules, we're going to have to keep an eye on how some of these stalwarts who've had so much success here over the last couple of years using the moto grip at this level can do now with the new rules. Zach Tucci taking the draw for North Carolina, and Duke wins, and they get first possession of the day. Of note for Duke here, early cue is that Silstrop, one of their top Blair is going to fill in for him at that attack spot.
Pioneers coming off a 12-10 loss on Friday. Got off to a great start against Duke and Durham. Ran out of gas in the second half.
And a goaler.
This is big. Jack Hanna comes into this game as one of the most highly touted midfielders in the country. Had a great year a year ago. So far this year he's been cold shooting, only 2 of 22. He was nearly silent on Friday. Left to right, alley dodge down the...
Our first look at North Carolina offensively. William Perry, Tanner Cook, Justin Anderson, a veteran midfield line, all coming back from last year. And of course, you know about this attack unit as well. Gray, Cameron, Solomon, been together for a while. And a good look right in front, and Tanner Cook buries it.
They got the band, Cotter. Fire up the band in Keenan. This first midfield takes a backseat to nobody.
Thompson's career numbers. Denver went through a ton of goaltenders last year. They had 3 starters, 5 players playing in net in total in a shortened season, and then they've settled on Thompson. He'll get an opportunity here, but he gets beat. Connor McCarthy, you talk about transfers. Q, here's one who played with Michael Sowers at Princeton and enjoyed a lot of success, turning those feeds into 13 goals. Last year picks up his first as a member of the Tar Heels.
He's got his degree.
7 games, and now really the first opportunity to see the highest rated defender in that class of 2018 at 100% for UNC.
Zone for Denver.
And a goal for North Carolina. Nicky Solomon gets on the score sheet.
Heels can't miss. An abundance of weapons. They led the country last year in assists. Solomon to press on their ride. A little full court heat they like to bring. Very similar to what we saw yesterday from Virginia, and there it is.
Causing the turnover at midfield. Now North Carolina will look to move quickly, and a score. So quickly, couldn't even follow the action. Nicky Solomon back at it.
Hey, Virginia Cavaliers. Hey, Lars Tiffany, you're not the only team in the ACC that wants to ride. Look at the trap. Bring it over the midline. You pinch double team. You come up with the ball, and then in transition, you've got numbers. But we need a change. We need a spark. I'm calling timeout. Let's give Cole a chance. Thompson, I thought, played well early against Duke in the first quarter. Made 4 saves in the first quarter. He only finished that game with 7 saves. So it's not like he enters this game with great momentum. And I think this is a little bit of a carryover from what Coach Tierney saw on Friday. That's why the quick hook.
Now we're going to get a shot here and a quick score. French is tested once again, and North Carolina is firing on all cylinders, and they're finding the back of the net. Nicky Solomon, another goal. So that's his second of the day as Chris Gray scored just before we went to break, but everybody getting involved for the Heels.
Tyre picks up the assist. He's still on the field from the face-off. Walker tried to beat him pipe side. It's a nice look by Carolina. You know, one of the benefits to running a 10-man ride, Chris, is you practice against it all the time. You practice against that pressure.
Carolina's getting great looks. Another one buried for a goal, and they're making it look easy.
Brian Cameron, the lefty, junior now out of New Hampshire. He had 10 last season in 7 games. Little down screen, early off. Kind of pressure You've seen 3 down attackmen. Triple team.
Just harassing the Pios, and it forces yet another turnover. That's the second time we've seen that, and looking for quick offense on the other end. Gray,
wow.
He's not going to miss from there.
Those goals go a long way. Joe Bresci wants to be an aggressive riding team. You got a triple team of a very talented midfielder, Jack Hanna. They pinch him, get the ball on the carpet, eyes are up. Got a numbers game, turn and rake.
Kelly, Chris Gray from up top. Gets by his man, decides not to take the shot behind the cage. Now goal line extended comes up with Brian Cameron. He's got his defender hung. Gray will get a good look. French is there. He's been pretty good since coming in. Oh, Gray behind the back, out of nowhere. Picks up the loose ball right in front of the crease and buries it.
French doing his all. Great save, rebound control, the scrap. Watch 4 and white. The instincts to crash the crease. Rebounds are a big part of lacrosse.
Denver ball. That's as much of a scrum as we'll see with the new face-off rules. Morrow now looking to quickly start something. Blair, he scores. With Silstrup out, Blair is going to have to carry a heavier load, and he pays dividends here early.
This is an example of a bad double team, creating offense for your opponent. Watch 16 in white. If you let this roll. Watch 16 in white right here. Bowen's doing a great job on Walker. Why are you going there? Why are you double teaming? And all of a sudden, the defense, and then he comes back. Award this ball to Carolina. Carolina's attack's got to be more aggressive there as their poles are getting mauled up by the midfield line. You got a front swing.
Anderson will get a look, and he scores! The veteran of this North Carolina midfield unit, and that's saying something. Picks up a goal to add to the 15 he scored last year, his first on the year. And Justin Anderson now finds the back of the net.
25-year-old captain from Las Vegas.
Motion with the left. Now Hanna thought about it too. And now it gets away from Kotler. Here come the heels.
Bowen.
Goal! Yet another Tar Heel finding the back of the net. This time it's Jacob Kelly spreading the wealth all over the field.
You know, that was a gorgeous looking possession from Denver. Wasn't it, Chris? I mean, they were getting ball movement. They were an inch away from getting a look. Next thing you know, the ball's on the carpet, and here comes Will Bowen. The big Bostonian rumbling downhill. Is that a no look to the back door? You gotta put the lock.
Young man this guy is, and how he's got everything together, and North Carolina has everything together this morning. Gray. Trying to probe to his right. Can't, but gets a good look. Oof. And William Perry sends it into the back of the onion bag. Everybody for North Carolina is scoring this afternoon.
Righty rip, zone. Gray steps into the seam, draws 2. Kicks.
Unextended, looking for the skip pass. Still 20 seconds to shoot for North Carolina. Quickly in front and a goal. That time it was Ryan O'Connell. Again, let me reiterate here, Q. Every single North Carolina Tar Heel, I think, is going to score a goal today.
If you're a high school coach, clip this one and show your squad. Zone offense. Draw 2, kick it down to the wing, keep it moving. Flash the spaces.
The season, so wants to really work him and make sure he's in the optimal game shape, and he feels confident with Colin Krieg, and now Q, we're seeing why he feels so confident with him.
Yeah, that last save, rebound control, and outlet was really smooth.
That's smooth. 4th of the day for number 4.
Zone offense, draw and dump, get the defense spinning on the carousel.
Trippy just working on his defender, can't quite find a crease. In front, and a goal. Jacob Kelly second for North Carolina, and they extend their lead in this dominance in this morning's game.
Jacob Kelly can play without the ball. You'll see a left-handed cut, 9 and white. Defense is ball watching. Their head's not on a swivel. Little push by Perry left. That's the toughest of tough assignments.
Walker now. 4 seconds on the man up. In front, nice. And a goal. Now that's a nice feed. Walker to Hannah, and Denver back on the board.
Well, Walker proving that he's more than an outside stretch shooter with that gorgeous left-handed release. His eyes are up. Ethan Walker's got tons of career points, more than 200 career points. Known as a shooter, but this skip pass with the opposing faceoff man.
Given these two teams, does 5-on-5 benefit one or the other?
The offense, more space.
Two Fogos now run off, and a goal. That's Anderson, and that's his second of the day.
This is a zippy release and a strike to the top shelf. Catch, pro high.
Here's Tillman firing, and French is there. For those of you who are just joining us, Jack Thompson started in goal for Denver, and Bill Tierney pulled him after, I think it was 4 goals.
Trouble,
this one's heading toward the cage, and it's going to be a score. Everything going Carolina's way today.
We had one of these on Friday. A goal that we've never seen, we've never called. Look at this. Gray, ball on the carpet. Watch, swipe. Defender gooses it back to the goal. But the goal. Lefty, Kotler is 34.
Morrill defended by Egan. Done a nice job on Jackson Morrill today. Does get topside and beats Krieg. Announcer's curse on that one.
I was going to say announcer's jinx. The defense wasn't bad. It was a perfect shot. You see 22 in white, Evan Egan working over Morrill, though he able to get his stick topside and his hands free. Using the body, posting up.
Hannah tried to get it on goal, cannot.
Nice D by that group. You got 4 poles and a shorty. 31. Connor Mars, a shorty for Carolina on their man down. And that's something for your high school player, you want to play man down defense if you're a midi. I mean, I know college coaches.
Long pass and a goal. French came out to try and play the ball that ended up in the cross of Chris Gray, and he had an easy goal once he got past the Denver goaltender.
Denver goes 10-man apparently. Picked up by Morris. Sean, is this a shot or a pass? Either way, it works. Because what kind of power they have, how the parts look. Memorial Day's a long way away, especially this year. There's going to be stops, there's going to be starts. You got to test negative to stay in the game.
Yeah, there are going to be a lot of things unexpected that pop up this year. Gray fired. French is there, but the rebound comes right into the cross of McCarthy, and he buries it.
McCarthy fits in. He scored in the first quarter. This is his second of the game, playing inside right here. Watch his reaction to the initial shot. He crashed the goal. Beat your defender, get in.
A couple of good
starter. Should be 2 starters.
So it still remains to be seen if we'll get individual teams from the Ivy. The Ivy just.
Oh yes! No, yes!
Go in. Let's see if the officials call it a goal. It is. So it hit the top part, inside the post.
Okay, the entire ball has to cross the goal line. A double pipe is not a goal. When the ball's on the goal line, it's not a goal. The entire ball must go past the goal line. You make the call. Looks like I saw the net move there.
Yeah, near side official came in.
He's got a good angle. That's Mikko Red Arrow.
In this game. Double team comes. Tried to feed it up top. Cannot. Ball stays on North Carolina's half temporarily. Here comes Ethan Walker. Players got to be open up front. Krieg is there. Now the rebound and a gorgeous little scoop shot that time. Finding the back of the net.
Carolina's offense has kind of lost some of its rhythm. Ty Badone, the junior guys are auditioning for playing time, and Bassion's goal there goes a long way.
Well, they're without Alex Simmons and Ellis Geis, Riley Curtis. A number of players not playing in this game from that midfield spot for Denver. So opportunities, to your point, Q, for others to shine, especially in a game like this. Ooh, that's a big shot. Great. That's number 5, 6 on the season, on the day.
Face-off loose ball. Yeah, Marr comes up with a 31. He's played a strong game. He's a really, really good short stick defensive midi.
Look to his bench and get some playing time here in the opener for his Heels this year.
Zone defense from Denver.
Easy score for Ryan O'Connell.
Left-handed bouncer. Watch how he puts this to the near pipe.
Never gets away with it though. Squires brings it into Skylar Blair. Question mark off the pipe. Still a loose ball in front. Bowen comes away with it.
Nice.
Great pass. Amazing pass. Denver now off and running. Quickly and a goal.
Wow.
That was gorgeous. Nicky Solomon finished it. But lightning passing on the clear, and it ends up in the back of the net.
This is one of the traits of a lacrosse game that's so fun to watch. Bowen comes up with the ground ball while being triple teamed. Gets his eyes up and delivers a strike.
Him into shape. And a long distance goal as Stroman was out of position, and it ends up a goal. And we've seen him in pretty much every way, shape, or form for North Carolina today. And O'Connell gets the hat trick from midfield.
O'Connell, New Canaan, Connecticut.
Now going to their benches, getting some players some playing time.
Carolina's defense on the perimeter has been very good today from the midfielders and from their close D.
That was Lawhead, transfer from BU, picked up the ground ball. Here's Bresci.
Denver's not going to be the speediest team, but Carolina's held up their end of the bargain with matchups.
What a catch, and a goal! Parker Alexander with the one-handed stab on the pass, and then he finished it off.
Senior from Dallas, Texas. Trippy's eyes are up.
Oh.
Nice catch on the great staff with Matt Brown. They'll figure it out and they'll move forward off of this trip.
Off the pipe. Back to the Pios. Kyle Smith will look to clear.
Carolina's unselfishness stood out last year. Number 4 in the country in scoring, but they led the country last year in assists per game.
And that right there is Ethan Walker's First goal of the day, and I'm sure you would have been surprised, Q, if I'd have told you it was coming at 11:41 in the fourth quarter.
Great left-handed shooter is Ethan Walker. I spoke to him.
And you might think that just lifting is not cardio, but for me it is. That is a strenuous cardiovascular exercise, just picking something up and putting it down. So yeah, the mask will be very difficult.
And not dropping it on your face?
Correct. I got to worry about that as it is. Hannah finds the back.
Hannah's
Some
perked up
success
today.
for Denver. Yeah.
Yeah, Jack Hannah's perked up today. He struggled against Duke on Friday. 0 for 9 shooting. You can see what he can do. That wing is his home. And a short stick's not going to cover him. He's not going to beat you with blazing speed, but next week without issues, I think it would be big for everybody in this sport to see that a trip like this, a doubleheader, is possible.
Tough angle shot and a goal for Jacob Kelly.
Kelly's played a strong game off the bench, hasn't he?
Yeah, give him a hat trick.
He's been really opportunistic in terms of points per minute. Great without the ball. You know, he had that hamstring issue last year, was it, that kind of kept him on the sidelines. Catchable, but it's got to get there. Look at these passes on the money.
Just a programming note, Florida State Miami women's basketball on ESPN News right now. So if you've tuned in looking for that game, just tune over to ESPN News and we'll move it over here to ESPNU as soon as we conclude our lacrosse game here between Denver and North Carolina. Hannah, nice feed in front.
Stronger. 7-0 last year, and they're off to an amazing start today.
A lot of hats on the field here at Keenan. 4 players with at least 3 goals for North Carolina. 10 players scoring goals on the day. That number may go up as Hannah gets another one.
It's a good finish for Jack Hannah. 2-time All-American out of Ohio, but minimal college interest. Richmond, Ohio State. I think the Buckeyes tried to hide him because they knew how good he was. But he ended up going to a camp in Denver. Creates angles, and all of a sudden he wins the physical confrontation and can shoot with pressure, can shoot through contact.
Kotler picks up.
They'll nitpick the film.
North Carolina's got Jacksonville next Saturday at home on the ACC network. 6 o'clock, they'll face that one off. Wide open in front. That's an easy goal for Jackson Marl.
Subdued celebration.
It's Journey said it even himself this week. The attitude that
is the ultimate outlier in terms of that total. Both differential 12 and goals against.
Walker had a brief opening and made Denver pay. Slide came, it was just a little bit too late. Walker had a little opening and took advantage of it.
He's got that gorgeous lefty release.
Q, it's a Pierce sixer every single
That was
game.
a great preview, Cotter. Your Instagram, that was next level. Thanks for bringing that up. I was thinking about that today. You did an awesome job with that.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
It was great. It was next level. You do that yourself?
Yeah, the folks at the ACC Network.